Let's go. Receiving your content. Receiving your content. You are live. You are live. The internet can totally see you now. You guys probably, why do I say that every single time that I start one of these shows? It's because it's what I see on YouTube when I'm firing up the encoder. It's big green thing, says live, stream health is good. And then it says, you are live, the internet can totally see you now. To stop, use your encoder. Technology, man. You'd think that YouTube would have the ability to just, stream live themselves. No need to use a third-party encoder or whatever, but it is Google, and Google is notorious for making things extra complicated. Why have a simple way of doing things? Anyways, I digress. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a fantastic hump day. It's funny, I was sitting in the backyard yesterday, me and my wife. I was doing a little bit of lawn work. And she's kind of sitting there, and she was having a glass of water, and we were just kind of looking at the yard after I finished mowing it and doing some gardening. And you got to remember, yesterday was Tuesday, and she's kind of laughing, and she's like, it doesn't feel like a Monday, it feels like a Sunday right now. And I'm like, baby, it's actually Tuesday. And we started laughing, and why am I saying that? Why am I mentioning that? Because what I followed up with when I said that, I said, I've been so blessed and so lucky to be working from home, and I'm nothing special. I mean, literally, I'm a high school dropout, okay? I don't have the DNA of someone who's supposed to be awesome. I'm just me. I'm just a dude. But I've been so lucky and so blessed to not know what day of the week it is. I don't. Mondays to me, love them. But a Wednesday, a Thursday, I forget what day of the week it is because I love what I do. I work from home. I don't have to commute every single day to work. So it's awesome. It's an amazing thing, and we kind of had a little chuckle about it. I don't know what day of the week it is. I forget what day of the week it is, and she did yesterday because, we were just enjoying our backyard and each other. Anyways. Got absolutely nothing to do with what I'm going to talk about today. I just thought it was funny because hump day. Everybody's like, hump day. Hump day is Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. Once you get over the hump, you're home free because you're almost at the weekend. And happy hump day. Anyways, today's topic is don't be an egg. Don't be an egg. Seriously. Don't be an egg. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean, don't be an egg? What are you talking about, John? You look like a talking egg. Your big head. What are you talking about, Olson? This is what I mean. In 2016, the most important thing you can be working on each and every day is your personal brand. I said it. And with that comes your list, your personal development, your mailing list, your autoresponders, your blogging, your writing, your brain, everything. Your personal brand is the most important thing you could be working on right now in 2016. And why do I say that? What do I mean by don't be an egg? Well, if you know, the internet is notorious for a few things. One of the things is being anonymous. You can basically be anything you want on the internet, or so you thought. You could hide behind a username. Fun story about me. I was never John Olson when I was starting my online business. What was I? I was known as Real Income. I was actually Real Income up until about 2003 when I started my first blog. That's when I became John Olson, but up until that, so about 1998 to 2003, that's about 5 years, I wasn't John Olson, I was Real Income. And then I decided I gotta make my personal brand my priority. I had to not be an egg. Egg is the default picture that you see on Twitter when the robot accounts follow you and stuff. It's anonymous. It's just a username. You're not a real person. You're just a digital representation of something out there. Don't be an egg. You need to be building your personal brand. And I came up with this formula a few years ago. The focus equals position equals authority translates into your personal brand. And I wanted to break that down for you guys today. Nobody knows me. Oh, I'm in the wrong account. I think that's probably Sunny, right? Beer Run Software, maybe? I don't know. I'm guessing. But this is why personal brand and what you do with your personal brand online is so critical, because when everything is stripped away, right? This is something Jeffrey Gitomer said in a lot of his books over the years. He said, all things being equal, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. All things not being equal, they still do business with people they know, like, and trust. So your job as a marketer is to get people to know, like, and trust you. Well, when you are an egg, no one knows, likes, and trusts you. You're just, again, a digital representation of someone who doesn't have a real name. It's just an egg. So how do you become someone that people know, like, and trust? Well, that's through your personal brand. And your personal brand doesn't mean you need to spend 10 grand on an image consultant and get a design of a logo and, fancy headshots. Like, you don't need that to be building personal brands. What you need is focus, and it starts with focus. And we're going to go into this little thing, focus, position, authority, that basically takes you from that egg mentality. What's going on, Scott? What's going on, Rip? Into someone who is building and thriving with a personal brand. So the first thing is focus. And this is something I'm going to share with you guys, my story on how I developed focus in my business and how I was thinking, and how that transformed me into being someone who had an opinion, my blog, and then became an authority figure in my industry. What's going on, John? So it started with the F word, the dirty, dirty F word, focus. And sharing a story. Back in 2002, 2001, I was a part of a program. A lot of you guys have heard this before, but I got to put this on YouTube so people that might, not know the story, hear it again. I was a part of this program called MPAM, the Massive Passive Advertising Machine. This was a program based out of Perth, Western Australia, and by a guy named Michael Russell, who basically created this step-by-step training program that took people to teach them how to generate thousands of website visitors each and every day. So I was absolutely hooked. I was absolutely hooked. And what the heck just happened? Oh, there I go. Oops. I'm pressing buttons in my encoder. Anyways, you guys still hear me? I think I'm there. Wait, I'm back. Okay, that messed up. I gotta stop pressing buttons. So, anyways, I digress. So Michael brought this program. What's going on, Nancy? Brought this program out, and I was in love with it. I was hooked. Like, I remember printing out the pages of this tutorial and absolutely loving it. Like, I was just, everything about me was attracted to this thing. I loved it. I was doing schoolwork. I was trying to get nighttime courses. What's going on, Nick? I just got a brand new baby. This is 2001, so my son is just born. What's going on, Henrik? And I should be trying to make money for my kid and buying diapers, but instead I'm in love with this business, and I want to be around my son all the time. I don't want to go to work. I want to be around my son. I want to learn online business. This was my ticket. What's going on, Aaron? So I'm just absolutely engulfed with this thing. And I met these guys, not only was Michael Russell the owner, but there was guys named Rich Taylor that you guys are familiar with, and another guy named Robert Fortin, Rich Carter. There was a bunch of us that started this program with Michael. And I remember sitting down one night, and Robert Fortin and Rich Taylor basically said, dude, you're really good at working with these programs that were inside of MPAM, which were traffic exchanges, Safeless. Why don't you focus all your energy and build your brand as the expert in this program? And it was kind of like one of those aha moments. It was like, I'm spinning my wheels. I'm trying my hand at everything, and I know everybody can relate to this, getting into this program, getting into this, spending money here, spending money there. But then when I stepped back and heard Rich and Robert's suggestion, it hit me. It was like, focus. It makes perfect sense. Instead of becoming the jack of all trades, why don't I become the master of one? And that F word changed my life. My goal at the end of this was to become the TE guy, which to this day is still my Twitter handle. And I'm not going to say I'm the know-all, be-all, but when people think of these programs, they usually think of Tim Tech or John Olson. That's by design. because I focused all my energy in learning everything about advertising, marketing, list building, using traffic exchanges back in the early 2000s. Now, if you do the math, 2001 was 15 years ago. 15 years ago, I've been focused on my craft. I've been focused, laser targeted on, I don't worry about SEO. I don't worry about all the new programs du jour. I don't know anything about arbitrage. I don't know anything about eBay. I don't know any of those other things that might be popular today, gone tomorrow. I didn't pay attention to. I focused, laser focused on one thing and one thing only. That allowed me to develop a position. And how did that work? Well, in 2003, I started exchangenews.com, which became the pulse of the industry. It was a blog. It was a weekly newsletter back then, before the blogs even existed. It was a weekly blog/newsletter that I sent out discussing and talking about techniques, new program launches, owners, the news and happenings of the world. People started going to me as someone who would actually have a position and an opinion that they would like to listen to. Well, not everybody agreed with me. It's pretty obvious if you've known my history in this industry. I've rubbed people the wrong way quite a few times. But it's because I've had an opinion on things, of how things should go. It's not the right or wrong way, it's just my opinion. What's going on, Candace? What's going on, Nick? I already said hi to Nick. I'm trying to make sure I say hi to everybody. Hi, Nick, again. Hi, Candace, again. So I focused, which allowed me to develop the opinion and position of someone who has authority. And now this is the thing. These funny little drawing I had, and the reason why authority goes underneath position is because I didn't have enough room to write it on the whiteboard. It should be focus equals position equals authority. But this took years. It didn't happen overnight. And this is why 99% of the people, remember we talked about last week about the 3% of people that actually do show up? 97%, or was that yesterday we talked about? 97% of the people won't be here in a year from now because they don't have the focus to develop that position. But if you do this each and every day, over time, you start becoming an authority figure. And that's when people start asking you for opinions. They start going to you as the expert. They start saying, hey, I want you to help me with consulting. I want you to help me launch this program. And what happened is that I started making sales without having to sell anything. This is the beautiful thing about a personal brand, is that once you're branded to something and the expert in it, the authority in it, you don't have to go out and pitch anything. The funniest thing about my story in this 15-year plus career I've had since I finally got it was that I've never really pitched people. I mean, I've sent emails and promoted things, but I've never said, hey, you gotta buy this, you gotta buy this, you gotta buy this. I've never had that. Because that's the one big thing that a lot of us have stumbling blocks on, right? They don't want to sell anything. Oh, I want to make money online, I don't want to sell anything to anybody, though. Kind of an oxymoron, because you gotta sell to actually make money, right? I mean, it's an affiliate marketing business, so there has to be a sale somewhere. But the beautiful thing about personal branding is that I didn't need to sell myself. My authority, my position, my focus on it did it all for me. Now, it's not easy, and it takes time, and it takes years and years and years, but when you do this, when you break it down, when you stop trying to be a jack of all trades, when you focus on one thing and you do it better than anybody else, your personal brand starts building your reputation for yourself. It starts making you the go-to expert. It shows people that you actually know what you're talking about. Like, I could literally talk to anybody on the planet about traffic exchanges basically for years and years and years. Now, trust me, you don't say that in the nightclub and all the girls go, oh, you're the TE guy. Hey, how you doing? That doesn't necessarily sell sexy newspapers and stuff, branding yourself as the TE guy, but it's my little sexy part of the internet. And no one can take it from me. Because I've focused on it for years and years and years. It's allowed me to open up. It's allowed me to use things like YouTube. It's allowed me to use Twitter. It's allowed me to use Facebook. It's allowed me to get into affiliate competitions and with my company just crush it on things because I focused. I didn't try to be a jack of all trades. I didn't try to be the master of none. I focused on one thing and one thing only, which built my personal brand over time. Remember what I said at the start of this show. Jeffrey Gitomer says this, and I totally, completely, 1000% agree with it. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. If it's not equal. They still do business with people they know, like, and trust. So your job as a marketer is to get people to know, like, and trust you, and that's through personal branding. Developing focus that leads to an opinion and position, which makes you the authority figure on one thing and become the expert in that one thing. Whatever drives you. If people say, okay, well, John, it's easy for you to say, what's my one thing? Ask yourself that. This is where we do a little bit of soul searching. You write down, you do some mind mapping. What do you love? What gets you up every day? What will you do for a job each and every day for free? Basically, you don't make any money, but you love doing it each and every day. That's your one thing. What is your one thing that you will do each and every day without rolling your eyes going, oh, I gotta go to work? What fires you up? That's your one thing. That's what you put your focus on. Every ounce of your being, you focus on that with everything. That will lead to your personal brand. In 2016, being an egg, it's not an option anymore. I know back in the day in the industry, people used to say, well, you need to put your picture and name on squeeze pages. It's gotten way past that, folks. You got to put a live video on your squeeze pages in 2016. You need to be building a personal brand and relationships with people in 2016. You can't hide in the background. If you saw how I promoted this webinar today, I put it in Skype. Stop sitting on the sidelines. Stop sitting on the sidelines. Stop it. It's not going to benefit you just watching. You have to get in there and do things. Don't be the egg. Don't do it. It's bad for business. Listen, for me, you can continue to be an egg if you want, but it's not going to hurt me. I would rather you get out there, start building personal brands and focus on one thing. But if you don't, it's no skin off of Nick's back or Candace's back or my back. So, very important, in 2016, find your one thing and focus on it. Develop a position through blogging, through video blogs, through live streams, and do that over time. It will build your authority and thus build you your personal brand. Hope you guys enjoyed this talk. The video will be up on Plus One Daily. And thank you guys for coming and rocking with me. Have a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic day. And I will see you guys tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. Toodles. Thanks for coming, guys. I got to do my countdown.